Hello, I'm Connie Rotella, and welcome to our Triple Threat podcast. I'm super excited to begin this journey with all of you. Are you ready to put your best foot forward and show up with confidence? This tool is here to help you evolve into the artist you are meant to be. Just always remember to believe, become, and be ready. Add a new skill set or refine what you already know. So here we go.
Today we are joined by director, producer, and creator Connie Rotella.
Connie has been dancing, teaching, choreographing, and directing professionally for the past 25 years, working in different styles of dance and performance on film, television, and stage. Closest to her heart has been representing and helping young up-and-coming performers get established in their careers. Connie, would you like to tell us just a little bit about yourself?
I've been touring many different stages, different productions around the world, putting smiles on people's faces. This is what I do since I've been like 13 years old. So I started very young in my career and I am still doing it. I've been living from my passion from a very young age. And now I'm giving back, and it's truly gratifying to see you girls, the next generation now, giving back and like interviewing me and getting out there and playing life full out. And it's exciting. It's exciting to see all this passion and how to get things done and take action. So basically, I've been dancing, I've acted, I started choreography when I was at a young age. I think at 17, I started choreographing my first shows. Then I started directing. I was touring. I wrote a book. I'm an Amazon bestseller. I opened a Triple Threat studio here in Montreal. I now have an academy, a Triple Threat Academy in Montreal, working internationally too. The goal is to get all of you next generation and a lot of Triple Threat artists out there working and doing what they love to do, just like I do.
That's amazing. I love what you said about putting smiles on people's faces, because that is just so at the center of what we do. And going off of that, you talked about how this has been your passion for a long time. You know, what feeds that passion for you? Where do you think that comes from?
Well, that's a great question. It's an energy. I can't even describe the feeling. When you really think of what we do, we're literally entertaining people to make them feel happy. So what do you think comes back to us 1,000 times more? Makes us truly happy, because we're giving of ourselves and then we receive all that beautiful energy back. And that for me is why I do what I do, and why I keep sharing, and why I want to hang out with everybody and tell them it's okay. There's so many ups and downs and obstacles. Life has so many curveballs that can come your way. But if you always look at it in a way that you remember who you are, why you're doing what you're doing, you'll have your answers right there. Life is so simple, and if you really focus on you first, then you can deliver so much more of you out there. And I think that is the best gift.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more with that.
Mhm.
And I actually work on the regular with Connie. And honestly, my life since working with Connie has just been that much more cheerful and exciting. And she's just such a warm and loving person.
You are too, Kirsty. It's a joy to have you with me. Oh, and look at you. Look at what you're doing now. And you're giving back, and you've been there, and you learn, and you love seeing so many shows. And the one thing I do know about you, Chrissy, it's all about smiles, right? It's about energy. I think this is what brings people together. The true essence of what we do is bringing people together. And if we perform on stage and always remember that, we could always touch someone, inspire someone, help them heal, help them smile, help them have fun, help them forget, whatever it is. I think it's a big mission we have as artists, entertainers.
Yeah, definitely.
Beautifully
That's
said.
really well
Yeah.
said.
You did mention in your little intro
Yeah.
that you've started the Triple Threat Academy. So what inspired that? Tell us about it.
When I speak about curveballs, nothing stops me. And I don't know if it's me being a Virgo, me being an Italian, that Italian blood in me having that passion and fire within me. There's nothing that will stop me from doing what I love to do. So I can't see you in the studio, no problem. I'll see you online. Whether I'm in the studio or whether I'm online, I still give out the same energy. I'm still going to give you value. We're still going to see great results, and I'm still going to help you along your way. So in my head, it's like I just took whatever I do best and I put it online, and more people are coming every day. And it's like they want to be surrounded by this great energy and this great knowledge and expertise that we are giving out in the academy. So yeah, it comes from a passion to never stop believing in what you are meant to do.
I love that.
Now, Connie, what do you think are the three most important things you can teach a performer?
Oh my God, to always be ready. So, by being ready and prepared means you need to have all that training, your headshots, your CV, everything you need to bring forward into your career, into showcasing your work, into representing yourself. So, I will definitely say being ready, being prepared, which means training, training. Can I say training 100 times? Train. And then obviously connecting to the right people, surrounding yourself with good people, and bringing your best foot forward, meaning that how to present yourself, know who you are. You know what? The whole training brings the other side of being confident when you show up to an audition or when you are taking center stage and you are going to perform. That comes again from the training. When we're passionate about something and we learn something, we could also apply it in our life experience out there. When you're going to get hired for a job, you know how to shake that hand. Maybe not today because we're not allowed, but you know how to shake that hand and look at someone in the eyes and say, I'm here and I'm ready to work for you. And that's the confidence you need. And I think that comes from the foundation of that training. You know, if we go to the foundation, for me, the foundation is so important because that's where I grow and I develop my skills. And then I refine more skills and then I learn more skills. The opportunities in front of me are endless. So I'm a student for life. So that's my mindset. If we go back to the mindset, if you think of that, that means your career is for long run because you know there is no end to your learning. If I want to be an example and really touch and move people and create all these beautiful careers that I've been doing over the years and being there and being present and giving that positivity, it's showing up to them just the way I'm showing up to myself. So if I keep giving to myself what I keep giving to them, then it's a balance. I'm able to keep giving because I am receiving. So I receive, I give back. I receive, I give, you know? So it's kind of this circle. So I take class, I give class. It's kind of like the give and take relationship that I have
Yeah.
with my art form and with all of you that are part of the academy or anywhere around me actually.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And I loved what you said about training. It really does kind of all come back to that. I don't know if I told you this, Christy, but when I was in that lesson the other day, I was a voice lesson and we were talking about technique and even just the breath, that no matter what happens in your day, personally, professionally, anything, you have that foundation. You know, when you step on that stage, it doesn't matter what's going on up here, it'll happen. And, you know, training builds trust that it'll happen.
Trust and credibility. If you know that you're always doing it from a place of love and a place of knowing, no matter what the outcome is going to be, whatever they give you back, it's okay. You don't like me for this, that's fine, but I know who I am. So that training and foundation that everybody should create will not affect your emotional side. And that's where the mindset comes to play. I'm not good enough. I'm discouraged. No one's going to hire me. Of course, no one's going to hire you because look at your mindset. Why would I hire someone that thinks they don't believe in themselves? You need to go create your work. You need to go get seen. We're always thinking, we're waiting for a phone call, an email. Yes, that's going to come along. But if you show up, the flow is going to be there. The abundance that you want is going to be there. But it comes from believing and taking action. If you don't take action, no one knows you're out there. So keep showing us that you're doing the work. I actually want to see the person that I trained last year to now develop new skills. I don't want to see 1 year from now and go, oh, they're the same. So, I mean, obviously they didn't put the time and effort in it. So why would I believe in you? Because they didn't believe in themselves. So, you know, there's all that comes to play, but we don't teach the business side of it that much, except for if you're in New York. In New York, I find that they're ready for the show business. You have to market yourself. It's something that I feel like if we were taught how to do business right, then we could play our game right. We can have our A game on and we could train like a pro, audition like a pro, perform like a pro, act like a pro. It's the game of life. It's life experience. You put it all together and you surround yourself with people that are going to give you that extra boost in where you're lacking or confidence. And it's great to know. Once you know, we can help you. If you don't know, and you don't ask the right questions, how do you want us to help? The experts are out there. And I'm always asking questions. I ask a million questions every day of my life to whoever I need the answers from. So everybody should keep asking questions. How do I get this? And I like it when people come and ask me questions. Even if it's a million questions of the same way and they don't get it, I'll just, turn it around and turn it around until they get it. And then they'll obviously have to experience it, and that comes with training, because you'll never know until you train and see the difference from how you started and where you end up. Those are the results that I mentioned before.
So what can someone expect? So say somebody has signed up to train at the Triple Threat Academy. What can they expect going in?
Well, a lot of knowledge.
Yeah.
A lot of knowledge. I'm going to cover all the bases with them, from everything they do know or everything they think they know to everything they don't know. Every single little detail, I'm telling you, I will cover it. So if you're just starting off, I want to act. I'm a dancer and I want to start acting. Great. Let's get you a monologue right away. So let's get practicing on how to build that character in a monologue. From there, you're moving on to playing with two actors, scene work. So now you have a dialogue, now understanding and listening to your partner's work. Then you go on camera skills. So let's learn, like, how big can I go on camera? Because in theater, it's different. And then really, working towards building a demo where we showcase the best work. So this is for like people that are starting acting, people that are actor that need to move. Let's get to the foundation. What do you think we're going to start with? First position ballet. Let's get into the ballet. Let's get into our body, because an actor sometimes has a hard time moving. Singers that, want to act, we put them there, the interpretation. Like when you sing, you're not only singing, what's the story? What's the message? Who do you want us to look at? So it's building that interpretation side of them, like building that extra thing that they could actually move the audience. There is different steps, all depending, because it's a triple threat, right? So I have triple threats. I have people that only have one discipline, two disciplines, three, and even four. And I won't forget, I'm even doing dubbing, voice acting. And this is another thing that gets me excited. My juniors are just as strong as some of my adults, because my juniors are working on set and they're killing it. And you know why? Because they're not in their head. Yes, I'll do it. I'll do it. Like they're so ready all the time. And it's so beautiful, because this is what we forget being an adult, because we get into our head and we forget to play, because that's all we're doing. We're playing. We're having fun. We're playing. So once we understand that that's what we're doing, it just comes easier for us. And then the director just tells us, okay, make it less or do it more or bring this here or bring that there. Then we just have to listen and apply, because we're not scared of taking directions. And that's another skill set that we teach in the academy, how to take direction, how to listen. So the breathing that you were mentioning, Jocelyn, before, comes all to how much do you know your art form, your discipline, in order to show up being able to breathe and say, I've got this. I'm in control. My body knows what it has to do. I've taken the classes. I'm going to keep taking the classes, because the energy and that flow comes from always being prepared. If a dancer's on in class for a certain amount of time, do you think they're going to do triple pirouettes and kick their leg to their head? No, we need to stretch. And we need to gain that flexibility back in order for us to perform the way we once used to perform, or it's constant work. And the word consistency always comes up when I do interviews, because the person that does this every day, day in and day out, is obviously the one that is ready to do the hard work when the time comes.
So our listeners are theater fans, and as we know, many theater fans aspire to have a career inside the arts. How can our listeners prepare to take that first step?
To start a career in the arts,
Yeah, exactly.
pick up the phone, do the research. What do you want to learn? What is it that you want to do? Then the research. I love that part. I kept the academy closed for a while. I didn't want to promote it, because I'm like, the word of mouth, the people that are asking the right question is getting guided to me. And I was just testing that out. I'm like, wow, this is fascinating. I love this, because I do that. If I land in Toronto, I'll do the research. Where should I go get this for what I need now? Right? because there is tons of things. So you could just say, oh, I'll call this, and that's what you're going to get. But if you actually do that research and say, no, I am worth this much, I respect myself, and I'm going to give myself a chance, let me see who will fit best to give me what I want. And so do your research, guys. Do your research constantly, day in, day out. Even when you're in the industry, keep doing your research to know who can hire you, which agents are out there, what kind of work is out there, who are the directors out there. Like, do your research. So, and after that, you just pick up the phone and call, and you sign up. You invest in your training. You start investing in yourself. And then you start showing up to your training and your teachers and all the endless possibilities that are going to come your way. That was a great question. Research, investing in yourself, and then showing up to your endless opportunities. Those 3 steps are really good right there. And then obviously the results are you're going to live from this career if you do all the steps right.
True. It's just like going to New York for the first time and you're like, I want to go visit Schmackery's. How do I get there? You know, it's taking that first step to do what you want to do.
Exactly. The first step. And what is it that you want to do? Ask yourself that question and answer your questions.
You said too about, investing in yourself to find who's the best fit. Like, it's super easy to find someone and train with them and be like, okay, this is who I'm training with. It is what it is kind of thing. And I think, it doesn't just go for training. Like, when you're working, you want to work with people who have that. And I love, love, love that you said that, because if there was one thing that I could tell myself like a couple years ago, would be like, find the people who like bring out the best in you. Because it took me a while to do that. And then I did. And like, you see the difference. You see the difference. Chrissy and I were actually talking about this earlier today, and 100% the difference is there, and it's worth putting in that effort to find those people.
Exactly. And then, there's one other thing that I noticed, that people stay stuck to the same people. That's why I have a variety of different people, because for me, there's so many different people that made me who I am. You need to learn how to fly after. So I'm someone that if you come to my studio and you're ready to fly, I put you out there. You better fly. I'm always going to be your home base. You can come to me anytime you want. Let's research and get you out there. And I'm here when you need me. But you can't stay stuck in one place. And anybody holding somebody stuck in that one place, it's so sad, because I look at the dreams, like being held back. And then one day they wake up going, but I did not know. But I did not know because you didn't do the research, and whoever was mentoring you did not help you. My mentors always opened so many doors for me. If I didn't have that, I would not be the person I am. Mind you, they always say the universe collaborates and co-creates with you. And I definitely had a beautiful angel and beautiful stars around me, because my dad did not want me to do this. At 13, I started Girls. My dad is from Italy. My parents are from Italy. What do you mean you want my daughter to work with you? At 16, they wanted me in Toronto. I left and worked there for 2 years. It's like, what are you talking about? He was yelling at every producer. When I was working with Natalie Samard, Natalie was coming to pick me up at my house, knocking, going, I'm here to pick up your daughter. Because my dad was like, everybody had to meet my parents to get the approval. Nowadays, the parents don't want, we're good. Actually, the parents all want their kids to be stars. Sometimes I have to sit down and say, whoa, let's stop a little bit. So it depends. Sometimes you have to like encourage and support, and then sometimes you have to like, wait, we're going too fast. I connect with the parents because I have a story of my own, that if my mentors and whoever believed in me did not knock on my door, literally knocked on my door and talked to my father for hours saying, we want your daughter, I would have not done everything I did on my CV. They were amazing humans that came to my life to say, I want to work with her and I will take care of her. Please, I'll take responsibility. And I was lucky. I literally was lucky. I worked with some of the best people all my life. So very happy for that.
Funny.
I love it.
Yeah, and I'm still dancing. My dad thinking that, the ones that think, oh, what are you going to do? I'm still doing it. Obviously, he's proud now. I have studio and I'm giving back, and my son is even living from this dream. It's like this passion. So there's nothing stopping a passion. I lived it. I was in it for years. All my family know, like, I mean, it's so unbelievable when it's meant to be, it's meant to be. And yes, I did put in the work. It didn't come like just like that. I was really a hard worker. Yeah. Pretty remarkable when I look back on my story. And this is why sharing that story means everything to me, because I just didn't wake up saying, I want to be a dancer. It happened. I didn't do that at 13. I didn't know what I wanted to do. Like the calls kept on coming and coming and coming. So I must have been doing something right. And from what I see is my hard work, my consistency, my energy, my passion. I didn't push the things and things that I wanted later on in life where I'm like, "Oh, I really want this," and it didn't happen, which, it didn't happen quite a lot because everything was always given to me. It was always a gift. And the ones that happened, then I noticed, I'm like, oh, but I don't click with this kind of surrounding. So instead of being mad, I'm like, thank God I'm not in it. Because that's not the surrounding that belongs to who I am.
Yeah.
I'm teaching you more than just the dancing, acting, singing, and this is what you need to do to show up. Yes, there's all of that, but there's knowing who you are and how it's going to happen. Maybe your passion, you're going to become a doctor, and I do know a doctor that does this. He's still on stage and he's a doctor. And I mean, there's so many things you can do out there. Don't limit yourself and think that this is the only answer. Open all your doors. You have one life to live. Use all of it. Use all your creativity, use all your passion, and just stack them all up and create and keep creating and bring it to everywhere you go. There's so much abundance if we open our eyes and really actually see clearly, but it takes time, it takes experience to see that, and then great coaches could help you see what's in
Mhm.
front of you.
And you and I, we get along so well because we share a lot of those same views and values. And a few years ago, I had such an awful audition and I just kept it to myself and I buried it inside and let it like slowly eat at me. And then you and I talked about it and I realized like that one just wasn't for me. And since then, I've been doing some nice, good stuff, things that I always wanted to do, but didn't yet believe in myself enough to do it. So your time comes when you believe in yourself. I really do believe that.
The gifts are all coming your way. They
Yeah.
just keep coming if you show up to what it is. The one thing we know is that something will happen because if we keep working and being consistent, something will happen. What we don't know is how. So just be prepared. When the moment comes, you're fully there. And then you smile to life, and life will smile back at you. And then you play. You tango together. Life is a dance, life is a choreography. I guess that's how I always saw it. And for me, it's like that's where the attraction and the energies. And, someone will talk to me about this one person out of the blue. And I'm like, oh, there's a reason I had to connect with this person. It's just connecting the dots. So that audition that didn't go so well, then learn from it. What can I do better next time? Oh, maybe I'm going to show up to class more often and build on my self confidence because I wasn't strong enough. There's a reason I wasn't strong enough. What is the reason? Ask. I'm telling you, start writing. Everybody start writing. Ask the questions and don't feel like, oh, I wasn't good enough. Okay, no, great. We're starting somewhere. So that means let's get you great again. So, what can we do to help you get great? What is it that you see in your head that we can help you? That's the academy's job. What is it that you see in your head that you can't see, but I can? I definitely can. Speak, verbalize it, speak to me, communicate. And that's what I do in my one-on-one coachings. When people say, "Oh, Connie, I think I'm lost. I'm confused right now. I need coaching." And what do? I sit there and I listen until they reveal to me what I already know. But it's just that support system, and then you map the story of the artist, and then it's like everything just becomes more clear. And every day you wake up going, I need to work towards this. So these are the steps I give them, because I give them steps, I give them tools, I give them the confidence. I'm obviously there backing them up. So this is what we all need. I get coached. I always get coached, because how can I coach somebody if I'm not in, I'm playing too. We all need that to rise and shine and be the artist or the person we are meant to be and want to be becoming.
Becoming.
it's nice, kind of having like a little cheerleader in your corner, and somebody who's there to kind of both celebrate and push. It's such like a great balance to
That
have.
was one of my reviews for my Becoming One book. It's like having a personal cheerleader, because that's how they felt when reading my book. And I did mention a lot of my obstacles. Girls, you see me with my smile all the time, and that's when people forget. It's like, hi, do you want to enter my world? I'll show you what my world is. You know, I've lived in fear. I lived in four walls in hospitals, going, how am I ever gonna get out of here? I lived in those dark places that people speak about. But my passion always brought me back. Oh my God, thank you, my passion. The whole cheerleading thing is something that my inner voice was my own personal cheerleader. And I'm happy that people felt it when they were reading through my obstacles and my dark areas and my fears, that they saw this cheerleader in there. And I was like, that's brilliant. I'm your personal cheerleader. So people would open the book at any page that day and get whatever message that page would reveal. And I found it so cool. Some people would start opening my book, not, like after finishing and just reading something, and they like get on path. So I'm like, that is so cool. Great idea. I do it too sometimes. And I even say to myself, that was good, Connie. I cheer myself on going, that was really good. Because I was in the zone when I was writing my book. I was in the zone that I forget, because once you're in the zone, and that's what happens when you're an artist performing on stage, you get into that zone and then you come out going, what just happened? Yes, you lived. That's what happened. Do you understand that zone place? I know some people will get there in their lifetime. And then
I do that all the time.
it is, yes, it's amazing. And then when the whole room feels the zone, wow, you just created magic.
Yeah.
Wow. And
Yeah.
that's what I want for every single person I touch and coach and train and connect to. That's what I want to do, is create that magic that is meant to be created, because we are together for a reason.
Yeah, I like that.
It's fun speaking to you girls, because there's so much more out there that you are not aware of right now. And I look at both of your eyes and I'm like this, going, the world is just in front of them and they are so excited to see what's to come. And this is when we say, take it step by step. Keep walking. The universe will give you what is meant to come in your way. Just show up to every single opportunity. Be ready for them. Be prepared. Be you. Be wonderful you. If you are wonderful, then only wonderful things will happen. Curveballs will always be in the way. It's part of the game. But it's like a Nintendo game. It's level one, hey, succeeded. Now level 2 gets harder, succeeded. Level 3, you understand? It just gets tougher with the vision you have. Like, I mean, once you mastered something, you're like, oh, I want more, I want more. So by wanting more, obviously it's going to get harder and harder. But if you keep showing up and giving that same consistency and hard work, and dedication and being motivated and believing, definitely, I don't see why it would not work. And if it doesn't, well, just shift. There's little shift that you can do along the way.
Oh yes,
definitely.
100%. Like, how can they get themselves established and get where they want to be quicker?
Yeah, quicker.
Or
Quicker?
not necessarily, not quicker. Sorry, wrong word.
No, it's okay. But you see how many people want it fast. No, it's good that you said that word. It's because everybody wants it fast. I don't understand what the rush is. If you let something marinate, imagine how beautiful it's going to be, how beautiful it's going to taste. So imagine us, if you marinate that talent and then you work at that talent and you even root yourself even more. You know, that foundation, you root it even more, you stay grounded, and then you connect even more. You just stand there, and by one monologue you're able to touch a whole room. When you know how to do that by not performing, thinking that you have to perform, you got it. So I think it's rooting yourself deeper and deeper in your roots, in your foundation, in your preparation, in your training. So I'm such a believer of your student for life. So you're still at the very young stages, and everything changes so fast. Look what's happening now. We have to shift. Artists have to shift. Some artists are stuck. They're not able to shift because they don't want to shift, because they haven't accepted that this is happening. So they're staying stuck until one day they're ready to go. Let me go join them. They seem to be having fun. Go join them. It's going to change your energy, it's going to change your vibe, and it's going to make you believe in yourself again in order to do what you have to do in order to move forward into this career path that you chose to do. Remember, you chose to do this. If you choose something, you have to commit to it. Don't come and tell me. That's another thing. Don't come and tell me you want this and you don't do nothing about it, or you think that you're already ready. No, this is not the market. This is not for you then. No, people want to play with real people that know their stuff. That's what they want to play with. They want to play with people that are ready to play back, that are ready to have fun, and that are ready to deliver something really good for a public, for an audience, for the people watching at home when they're watching TV. And I think we all want to be the best that we can be. So never be sitting down and comfortable and saying, oh, I've got this. You've only got that when you are getting called on set every day.
At the studio, we have a lot of post grads who attended theater schools. And sometimes when I talk to them, I'm like, oh, where did you train and whatnot? And how was that? And it's always like, oh, I'm coming here to continue that. And it's like, yes, be proud of that because you're going to learn so much and some stuff that you maybe didn't even learn at that school. I just think, like you say, student for life is really important.
Yes, because when you come out of a school program, it's all academics. So now we have to get into the real world. The real world is a different market. So you're not in a classroom with your friends anymore. You're representing yourself. You're not on stage doing a year-end showcase. You're representing yourself in an audition. You're not bringing the other 10 people that you were doing the show with. So now you're alone. So let me see your skills after 3 years of a program you did. So we cater to a lot of the French musical theater students and the English domain, which is great here in Montreal. I love that we work in both languages. So in the academy, if you work your monologue in English, come back and work your French monologue. In scene work, if you're bilingual, let's work your French because you can work it. Like I said, open your doors. Don't stay stuck one way. Open. You said you want to work. You chose this. You said you want to work. Then don't say, well, I don't do that. Well, then if you don't do that, why are you here? Why should I hire you? Don't actually never say that to or an agent or production or producer or direct. Never say that. Because in our head it's like, well, then obviously we're not going to play together. you know? So yeah, I love working with the students that come out of school. They're just wonderful. They have a good base, but now you can tell that they were students, and we need to make them into performers. And that's the other step.
And just having because I didn't attend a theater school, I chose a different route and then was like, I want to go into theater full force. So I continued studying through you in the studio. But to sit back and watch those who are like fresh out of theater school and now they're at the studio, oh my God, do they evolve? Like it's
Isn't it
beautiful.
crazy? See,
It's so beautiful. It's great.
but do you see how much you can learn by watching?
Yes.
That's another thing we forget. And I love the academy because the academy, we're all like, yes, she got it. Yes, she got it. Because everybody clicks and connects to something, but we're all there encouraging when they get it because we get excited because they got it. And then we can't wait for the next person to get it. And that's where the connection within happens. There's so many breakthroughs that happen every week. I get excited. Like, I mean, we all get excited. And then you finish the Zoom going, that was really good. And you go to bed with a smile on your face going, wow, because I know it's a win for them. And they're going to bed feeling closer to their dream.
Yes, definitely.
So it's like a win-win. And then you learn, you watch that other person. People that succeed, instead of throwing them down, we should imitate them going, hey, what are they doing in that corner? I want to do just like that. Study what they did. They're great examples. I sometimes don't understand when we throw people down. I don't get it because it's like, look, that person fell. Watch. Let's see how they're gonna bounce back. I get excited because that shows to me what's next on the path. Instead of falling and it's like, what do I do? Well, I'm sure there's gonna be someone that's gonna ask or give their hand to say, hey, take my hand, get up, we'll continue, let's keep walking.
Yeah, and that's what is truly so beautiful about the TTA community because everyone is like each other's own personal cheerleader, and it's so great. It's so beautiful.
So happy. I am so happy. But you see, I attracted that energy, and I think we all attracted each other. Not only me, but we all attracted each other. We all needed that space. We all came together for the love of
Yeah.
what we do. People think, I'm wondering what Connie sees as results. Hello? There's results every day in front of me going, wow, wow. And I can't wait for what's to come because I still have many projects that I want to do. And I have all of you in my mind going, I can't wait to get them on stage or I can't wait getting them on set. And I'm so excited and thrilled to be giving those opportunities because they believe in themselves. So I believe in them. And that's why I want to keep doing what I do in order to serve. And so we can keep dancing in this lifetime.
What are some of the difficulties, advantages, and differences of running a performing arts based business right now?
Right now in this situation,
Yeah, exactly.
I'm a creator. So this pushes me, this forces me to really dig deep into my powers, my inner knowledge, my experience, and how can I rise above all this? See, this, when I said I'm a Virgo, I'm Italian, there's that passion fire. I get bored if it's the same thing over and over. So for me, it's like, yes, obstacle in my way. How am I gonna win at this game? It's literally a game for me. And because I let my passion speak, I'm playing from a passionate place. I'm playing from where my heart lives. And what I'm happy is I am attracting people that are focused and ready. So you see, I'm calling in the ones that I'm like, oh, I want this, and I'm not holding back. Everybody's playing full out. And I keep saying I'm playing full out and they're playing full out. And more, I'm like, wow. And I have to keep creating programs in my head going, no, no, they're ready for this stage. I can't just leave them now. I can't. I have to create. I have to create. So this is the part that I love. I'm actually attracting the one that say, hey, I want to do this. They're in it for the real deal. And that makes me super happy because now I could serve on a higher level. So there is not, oh, I'm sick or I'm doing this or I'm doing we're all at home, right? So I mean, if you're not showing up, it's because, but everybody's showing up. That's the difference. I'm like able to see that they're showing up to whatever they want to do. But then again, we're attracting the ones that are focused and determined and want to do this. Honesty, it's great, right?
Exactly.
I think they're giving you the facts. They're giving you the real thing.
Yep.
So being honest with all of you and not taking it personal, it's like, hey, we're giving you tools. Step up your game. You're in this class. Step it up.
Yep. Definitely.
I think it's wonderful. And
Yes.
and then it brings me to curiosity, another word that I love. Be curious about life.
Definitely.
Yeah. Curiosity is a great word. That's where I think a lot of what I do comes from. Hmm. How does that person do that? Or how does that person do that? And then you connect and you connect and you connect. It's all about connection, bringing people together. I keep saying it all the time, bringing people together.
Yeah. And I think what you mentioned earlier about like having that child within who wants to play, I think curiosity is such a good word for that too. You know? Yeah.
It is. It's definitely, yeah, it's definitely the roots of why I do what I do too. I believe that it comes from there too. Yeah. Having those strong words, knowing where those words come from and what resonates with you and know who you are. Pretty awesome. It's pretty powerful too because then you really can map your map.
Last one for this little portion here about TTA. What are some absolute must haves when preparing for an audition?
Picture, CV, demo, those are the three top ones.
Love
Headshot,
it.
CV, demo. And your demo now is your business card. They want to see your work.
Mhm.
Well, Connie, we are so grateful that you joined us today and we had just the most fun and inspirational time chatting with you.
Mhm. We had a blast.
Thank you, girls. It's been a pleasure to speak to you about what I love to do because I know you love to do the same.
Yes, exactly.
So you know what? Greatness creates more greatness out into the world, and hopefully, other people will get inspired by our conversation and take action to show up to their own greatness. That's all we have to do. Show up to your greatness. Enjoy, put a smile on your face. And if it's hard, well, go get some people that are going to change that mindset. It's very
Yes.
simple. Switch, shift, shift, shift until you get to where you want to be.
Mhm. And what a note to end on. Just like, go get it.
Go.
Go get your
Go.
greatness.
On life. Yes,
Yeah.
go. It's yours. It belongs to you. Doesn't belong to anybody else. So you
true.
need to figure it out. It's so simple. I'm telling you, once we understand, it's so simple and it's so magical and beautiful. And then you have your own story to share with someone else that is going to be maybe stuck or whatever it is. Everybody has a story to share. So yeah, I'm inspired by everybody's story, and I'm inspired by who we attract into our world and how and what becomes what because of what we did or what we said or how we said it or whatever, or what we are doing and what we are creating. People will always show up. The universe will play with you. The right people will come your way to play too. Just allow, accept, and trust in the process.
Mhm.
You know what you girls are doing right now when we're talking about waiting for a phone call, waiting for an email? You girls are getting together. You're, Jocelyn, you're in Toronto. Chrissy, you're in Montreal. You're picking up the phone. You're saying, hey, let's do meetings and let's create. And you're creating this beautiful podcast where you're sharing your passion and getting people like Broadway stars, and you're getting listened in the UK and other places around the world. This is kind of amazing. So when people say, oh, what is there to do? Well, how did you come up with this? Let me ask you the question. How did you come up with this idea?
Oh gosh. How did this come about? That's actually a great
It just
question.
kind of happened. I think we were just kind of talking. We were like texting, like, LOL, we should start a podcast. And then we started a podcast.
Okay, you see what you just said?
Yeah.
That's all. This is how simple things are.
Yeah.
We should do it, and you took action. Both of you were in sync. Your energy, you were vibing, and it was in sync. And look what happened. You started creating.
Yeah.
How do I get a mic? How do I put this together? Then you started learning the technology. Then you're like, hey, let me do the research and picking the agents where who I want to interview. I love the musical Beautiful. Let me get the lead role that's playing Carole King on it, and let me talk to her. It's like, hello. That is, you see how the doors open?
Yeah.
From that one little text. We should do this. And then all these doors open to you. I congratulate you girls for taking
Thank you.
action. And this is the example and the results of people that are doing something. You're not waiting for somebody. I'm not good enough. What do you mean I'm not good enough? I like doing what I do. I'm going to do it. I'm going to figure it out. And then if people take you seriously, it's because there's something good about it. Because obviously the knowledge, because I hear your questions, you know what you're saying. It's not like, hi, how did you start? No, there's knowledge behind what you're saying. So, and you're bringing value to the people. That it interests me when I was listening. I'm like, wow, So I was like pretty impressed. Remember, it's just going to keep getting bigger and bigger, and always believe in yourself and keep training yourselves in order to always keep asking the right questions, so you always get the right answers, so we can help more people understand this whole beautiful showbiz.
Thank you so much
Yeah.
for saying that.
I mean, I love asking questions. There's one thing I love, it's asking questions.
I'll
So,
keep asking
we love
them.
making lists and asking questions. So this
There you
perfect.
go.
and doing
Yes.
research. I spent so much time just
What's that called? What's that called? The prep.
Preparation.
preparation.
Great. You see, you don't even know you're doing it.
Yeah, it's true.
That's where a coach comes in going, oh, so you already know how to prepare step by step how to make this happen. There you go.
So true.
There you go. Steps by steps. It's wonderful to listen to you girls.
You're just the
Aw,
sweetest. We love
Thank you.
Keep training and keep being ready for whatever is going to show up
Oh, yeah.
on your way.
And Connie, where can everyone find TTA on the internet?
Oh my God. So www.triplethreatacademymtl.com. And that's where you're going to find the Academy programs. There is so much magic and greatness in all of them. If not, there's also the Dance 123, danse123.ca. That's also the Triple Threat Dance School for all your technical needs. And you can also look me up, ConnieRotella.com. I have my own website and I do coachings, one-on-one coachings and group coachings. So I do it for entrepreneurs, people that are starting out, people that are artists, shifting anything you need on a personal or professional, artistic. Man, trust me, I'm going to connect to you with so much greatness. It's not only going to be me. I'm just going to keep connecting my world with your world in order to show you the way.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Connie.
Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.